Welcome, superheroes, to the Dandy Bugle, where I, Dandelion, interview members of the real-life superhero movement on their involvement with hero work and public community service. Today, we have Mighty joining the crime scene, wearing their awesome, striking super suit. Welcome, darling. I hope you're doing well today. Why
I
don't
am doing
you?
very well.
Awesome. Why don't you introduce yourself and describe your work to the audience before we get started?
It is I, Mighty. Of what I do is I help with homeless outreach. We have done litter patrol, and we're actually in the process of doing a convention at a Science Central in Fort Wayne.
Oh, really?
Yes.
That sounds awesome. So to get started, I'm gonna ask you some basic questions like, who is your favorite fictional superhero?
Fictional superhero. I have too many, but I would definitely say some oddball ones would be like All Might, the Tick. If it's not as oddball, Captain America, because of how good he is and what he stands for.
Those are all really good picks. I wasn't expecting the Tick, but that is a really good pick. Who is your favorite non-fictional superhero?
I would have to say, honestly, all of the other superheroes, like you and everybody else in the superhero community, you all definitely give me inspiration to do this every day that I can.
Well, I appreciate that, and you inspire me personally.
Oh, well, thank you very much.
Speaking of inspiration, what inspired you to join the RLSH community?
Another superhero did, actually, the Animal. I met him one day and we were talking about everything because I seen the RLSH on his Pogo account on Pokemon Go, and we were doing a Pokemon Go adventure and I was talking to him about it, and he actually helped me get started on it.
When did you join the RLSH community?
About 2.5 years ago, actually.
What is your favorite part of being in the RLSH community?
All the good that we do. It's been such a phenomenal experience being able to actually help so many people, and the responses we get out of everybody is just fantastic, as well as the feeling that you get being able to help everybody that you can in any way that you can. It's a real honor.
What is like your least favorite part of the RLSH community? What's something that you would change if you could?
Time. I would change time. The ability to have more time and more ability to help as many people as possible would be phenomenal.
Yeah, I bet. What was your first mission like 2.5 years ago? Like, how did you feel going into it?
I actually was a little nervous. I didn't have any suit on at all. I just went in my civilian attire, no actual like persona, no name, nothing, just went in with them and started helping pass out care packs. And it was a very good feeling, a very good day. We passed out over 200 packs that day.
Nice. How did you decide where to do your patrol and outreach?
That's actually with my colleague and partner, the Animal. He is the one who usually we'll get together and talk about things as a team on where and when to strike for the ability of good. And usually we'll decide what area needs us the most or where we haven't been in a while. I know he was saying that on his interview. But yeah, usually we'll talk amongst each other and decide where we should be going or what's coming up that we can actually go and hit and try and do as much good as possible. Usually with care packs, me and the Animal recently have started doing more litter patrol, and we'll talk about on perfect timing, yet again, the time factor of when we should actually be able to go and what time and how long we should go and stay and pick up as much litter as possible in an area.
That makes sense. What kind of tools and like what goes into the care packages? Like, what do you bring with you when you're on a mission?
Me personally, I just bring me. I bring me, myself, and I'll carry as much as I possibly can. These are my tools, my hands and my brain. However I can help. Usually my eyes are a good tool to try and see in bigger cities when we're walking around like Chicago, Hope, and Indy. on the people that are sitting on the sides of the road and where they are so that we can actually try to spot them and go and help them as best as possible. And then in the care packs themselves, usually we have different things like soaps, toothpaste, toothbrushes, combs, Bomba socks, snacks, waters. Usually we try to make it to where they could actually do really well for themselves for at least a little bit.
Nice. What is the strangest thing that you've seen while on a mission?
I'd have to say it's probably not as strange as others would think, but the strangest thing to me is the amount of people that need help. Honestly, it just strikes me as a wow factor on the fact of when we go to these places on how many packs we take compared to how many people we can actually help. And usually we end up short on packs because the community of homeless outreach is becoming more and more each day without us being aware on how much more it's actually impacting the world.
Do you think that the super suit is necessary for hero work?
I would say no, because I myself have done hero work without any suit or anything at all on my first mission. And I believe anybody can be a hero, big, small, strong, weak. It doesn't matter who or where you are. There's always something out there to where you can, if you see it, and it's a feeling inside. It's a thought process. You'll see it and you'll just know, like, oh, they need my help, or I can help do this. There was one day I was driving by and saw fellow citizen trying to lift a soccer goal for practice and get it flipped over because of the winds through Indiana have blown it over. And my wife actually pointed it out, and we pulled over and I went and helped them. So that is technically hero work. I helped someone and saved the day.
Yeah. Do you think that physical training or martial arts is necessary for hero work?
I would honestly say it would depend on what hero work you're doing. But in a sense, I feel like you should at least know some sort of self-defense for the just in case. Always prepare for the unexpected. You just never know what could happen out there. It's a really weird and cruel world we live in. I would say so for sure. You wouldn't think it to happen on a homeless outreach, but you never know what you could run into. So to know something is better than knowing nothing. However, on the other side, I feel like you don't have to know so much to go litter patrol. The most physical you would need to be is being able to endure the heat, the winds, the rain, the weather itself, whatever it may be, to actually endure it. Sometimes, like in Hope, we'll walk miles and miles all over Chicago just to pass out packs to people. And it'll definitely take a toll on you. So at least some water with you. But that's about the most physical I would say you would need to be.
You think that keeping a secret identity is necessary for hero work?
Yes and no. I would say yes and no, because if it's actual hero work, it helps on the fact of, yes, you can keep a secret identity depending on who you are, but to be a hero and do the work, I don't feel like you need a secret identity to do that. Anybody can do it anywhere in the world at any time.
Right. So then what makes a hero in your eyes? Is it just people who do the work and help people?
I feel like everybody in the world, no matter who they are, has a bit of a hero in them somewhere. No matter how bad they may be, I feel like there's always something. The baddest person could be an animal lover and save animals off the streets, and that's being a hero in some way, shape, or form, to where the best person could be giving out all their belongings and doing everything they can to help, and that would make a hero. I feel like what makes a hero is just the people in the world and what they're willing to do.
How do you manage mission anxiety? You mentioned that you were a little nervous on your first mission.
On my first mission, I didn't know exactly what to expect. I actually thought of it like high school, when you would stand up in front of the class and you have to give a speech to everybody, and you just don't want to. You don't want to be the center of attention. But once you get up there and start going, the anxiety just kind of rides right off. Now it's more excitement. We get so excited to be able to go and help people and do the good in the world that even that little bit helps. Every little bit does. And we get so excited to, we'll get pumped up week before. We have a mission coming up next Saturday, or this upcoming Saturday, actually. And we're so excited and ready to go and pass out packs to homeless in Fort Wayne. And the anxiety now, because over time, has just kind of turned completely into excitement. And it's more of like, yes, I can't wait to be able to go do this.
So you've gotten kind of used to that aspect.
Very much so.
What was the inspiration behind your suit, like the mohawk in specific?
I like to feel like I am a warrior inside, so I always have had a go-to. I have always drawn out my ideas of suits and everything, and it's always had this mohawk like a gladiator. So I always have a warrior heart burning inside.
Are you currently on, or do you plan on becoming a part of a superhero team?
I actually am. I'm part of the Heroes Alliance. I actually started out as auditioning for the Heroes Alliance, if you would say. When I first started, because I started with the animal, I had to do my first 3 missions, see if the team would accept me before becoming a part of the Heroes Alliance. And I've always done work with them ever since I've started almost 3 years ago. So it's nice to be part of a team, to have all different kinds of input, output, very experienced members to where they can also advise me on where I'm lacking, where I need to be better, things I may not see or think of, which is really good by the end of the day. It's really nice to have other shoulders I can lean on and kind of throw my thoughts out there as well. I actually haven't done a mission solo.
How do you balance hero work with your secret identity?
I'm a very eccentric person, we'll say. A lot of people, usually it's the smile. A lot of people know my smile, so I've had a lot of friends text me and actually like, hey, are you this person? And it's like, yes, because I'm not afraid to share my identity. Is it a secret? To some. When I'm doing my hero work, I don't take off the mask until the end, but I do show up and put it on, and I'll take it off at the end before getting in the car, because the mohawk kind of doesn't fit in the car. Right. But other than that, I balance it quite nicely, but a lot of people do know exactly who I am, and I'm completely okay with it.
So you mentioned that you haven't really gone on missions alone. Is there any reason for that? Is it like a safety concern?
No. Usually when I'm me and the animal, we definitely partner up a lot, because we live in the same town, we work at the same place. We're actually partners at work. So we do the exact same thing together every day that we're at work. And then when we're not working, I'm usually trying to spend time with my family, my son, my wife, and we'll usually get together and plan a good time to go litter patrol, homeless outreach, even just like the convention coming up. He's the one who set all of that up, and 9 times out of 10, him and the rest of the team are the brains behind all of the operations for sure. And I'm very fortunate and lucky enough that I get to join them on these adventures.
How do you contain and project so much energy? Is there any reason that you have like so much energy when it comes to your hero work?
Like I said, it's an excitement. I'm an eccentric person. I have ADHD. So I'm usually very energetic all the time anyway. Usually before our missions, we'll usually grab an energy drink of some kind to really just kind of pep that step up and get out there and go as best as we can. But when I put this suit on, it's definitely, I would say, a persona. I become mightier than what I am, but at the same time, I'm mightier on the inside. So it's kind of a hand in hand here. I'm just a very happy, excited person.
That's good. I like that. What is it like having a kid as a superhero?
It's also exciting. I always have this idea that hopefully he'll grow up and actually become like a sidekick, raising up a little mite. Um, he's about 2.5, so he doesn't understand much, but he definitely likes seeing the suit on. He likes touching the helmet. He definitely likes it. It makes him happy. So it gives me hope that when he grows up, it won't be one of those phases where it's like, oh, Dad, that's so dumb or lame or something like that. I'm hoping he'll actually have my energy as well, and one day be able to actually become a hero of his own and his own ideas.
That'd be cute. That's nice to hear. What was the process like of joining the Heroes Alliance? You mentioned that you kind of found it through the animal.
Yes, I did find it through the animal. I had no idea that he was actually part of a team at first. I just knew that he was a real life superhero. So when I was talking to him about it, I started going on missions with him, and he was telling me and asking the other members on a probationary period for me so that I can do like 3 missions with them, they can get the feel for me and I can get the feel for the work. Is this actually something I would like to do? And I decided, yes, this is fantastic. This is almost a dream come true for me. So I'm very happy to be a part of a team. It was a long process because of the timing range. We're actually starting to get a lot more time and schedule a lot more missions, but it's definitely nice. I very much enjoy it.
What is your favorite part of being in a superhero team?
The camaraderie, honestly, the ability to have so many people to talk to about it. Same with the rest of the RLSH community. I feel like we're all almost a team together. We talk with each other. We get to share our ideas, our excitements, our fears, our worries, all of that. So to be a part of a team as small as the Heroes Alliance is wonderful, but to be able to be a part of a team like the RLSH community itself is phenomenal. Straight phenomenal. So even with you, like I feel like we are teammates as well. That's why I always get so excited for Hope. And this year, I'm really trying to project to get as many heroes there as possible so that we can all work together as a big team, a big happy family.
Right. Is distance, like physical distance, a difficult factor to overcome when a part of a team?
Yes and no. There's a lot of times that we definitely want the whole team there as much as possible, but because of distance and work, real life effects, there's a lot of times not all of us can be there, but they're still there in conversation and spirit. We always update them on how everything went, and they always know what we're getting ready to do because we all talk together. Mm-hmm. So it's very much a yes or no answer on that one.
How do you contribute to Chicago Hope? And for like the people who don't know, what is Chicago Hope? Like, could
Chicago
you describe it a
Hope
little bit?
Yes, Hope is Homeless Outreach Project Effect. So what it is all of us will get together at one spot and we'll bring as much donations, care packs, anything that we can hand out to the homeless as possible. My favorite way to do Hope is the first time I ever went, which was we grabbed a bunch of care packs in wagons with our arms. The way that I contribute to it is I'll carry as many packs as I possibly can and walk down the streets and just start handing it out to the homeless as much as I see, and continue walking until we either run out or we've been out for so long it's getting dark, and by then visibility is a lot harder.
I'd like to thank you for taking the time to join me before we get to our final questions. So thank you, Mighty. Your work is inspiring, and it's so nice to hear that you can just decide to do this one day and be so happy and energetic about it. Like, that's very nice to hear.
Thank you. I'm very honored to be here with you. Thank you for the ability to do this.
Oh, of course. I love providing a platform for fellow heroes. So I have 3 final questions for you. Do you have an origin story?
Yes, it's an interesting one. So when I was growing up, I used to be a conspiracy theorist. I used to look up all different kinds of conspiracies. I was one of those kids growing up where your parents would always say, this isn't real, that's fake. And as I gotten older, a lot more research, there's a lot of debates there on what's real and not. One of my conspiracies was the fact of, in all comic books and most movies, the heroes are always secret. So could there really be heroes in the world that we don't know about, maybe just myths, legends? Mm-hmm. And that's when I actually stumbled across, a long time ago, real life superheroes. And I thought to myself, man, this would be wonderful to one day be a part of something like this and be able to actually do it. And then years later, I actually met the animal and started realizing that it is very real. And there's so many more about it than even you could research online. Nowadays, you could research and find so many different videos on YouTube and Google about real life superheroes. Back then, it was just starting more for me. So there wasn't very many heroes to look onto. So that would be my origin story on how I actually came across the RLSH community and got to be a part of it. So thank you, Animal.
What would you like to say to anyone who feels powerless in the face of the world's adversities?
You're definitely not powerless. Everybody has the power to adapt and overcome any obstacle in their way. It's just the how. And if there was anything else I could say about that, it's the quote I try to spread as much as possible, and that's just stand strong and stay mighty.
Nice. I like that. The final question is a bit of a joke question, but who is your secret identity?
So if I am mighty, my secret identity is mightier.
Ooh. That's funny. Thank you, Mighty. I appreciate you taking the time to join this call.
Thank you very much. I'm so happy we finally got to do the interview. I know we've been really trying lately, and with time, that's the real life effect again, where this is the time, this is the place. So thank you very much.
Of course, we figured it out.
Oh, yes.
All right. See you later, Mighty.